Hello YouTubers, Troz here, back with more Satisfactory. I wasn't sure if I'd get another episode out this week. I did mention, 4th of July, and I'm having a family reunion the weekend after. But, hey, I managed to squeeze in another episode here, because I just couldn't leave the trains unfinished. So, we still got the trucks going, but yeah, it's just getting fuel and whatever cargo is left in there, because if you remember last time, we hooked the plastic. We got 3 plastic and 1 rubber 450 belt going into these new train stations, freight platforms that we set up last time, and they're all full. And actually, I built most of the track, but we still need to build the station at the other end. So let's actually get in the train and drive it over there and set that station up. And away we go. And you can see there's actually a truck in front of us, and we'll see if we beat it there. I'm pretty sure we will. Alright, here we got a bit of an uphill. But as I said, we went up onto the little plateau here and are able to cut the corner that the truck has to go around. And you can actually see our factory from here. And so we're going quite a bit more direct. Hopefully this is just an autosave again causing lag. I don't have the game on an SSD, which would probably help. Yeah, so over to our right here is the bridge that the trucks normally cross, and we're just kind of going a bit more direct, although we do turn a little towards it at the end here, just ease of platform placing. Then instead of making a hard right here, we just go between these 2 geyser power generators and kind of go more directly to the base than the trucks do. And in fact, we do a little curve here and then kind of cut across a lake. Also, you can see the trains have a much higher top speed. I think it may be 120, but yeah, we're going a little uphill. Alright, so we're slowing down to like 110 here. We're using more power. Now maybe 100 kilometers, but I'm gonna let off because that's actually not even the way I want it to go, and don't derail. I'm actually glad that it does keep that much speed going up the hills. I'm sure going uphill now will take out quite a bit of power. Wow. But, with your already moving, see, to me, that's turned that way, but, whatever. Let's see if we go straight now. Okay. And just like the station we left, I'm going to put in a loop here. But first, let's put in the station as the sun rises. So we need a train station, and I'm hoping we can just, like, snap this in place. And now we need 4 freight stations. And if I did my math correctly, it will come out right to the end here. It looks like I did my math correctly. Okay. Now the loopy bit. I'm not sure how this will go. Why are you... Alright, let's put a few more of these on here. I think I hear the truck coming now, so we beat the truck by a bunch. Alright, let's go to there, and then now if we bring this around... Alright, how sharp a turn can you make? Well, if you can make that sharper turn, why is this a problem? Any time you want to respond. How do we make you the next stop? Alright, let's run over here. Now this should be powered just by virtue of it being connected to the track. From what I understand, just trains... once the track is powered, all the tracks, once the track is powered, once one stop is powered, it powers the track, which powers the trains, and it powers any stop there. So this is oil drop-off. I've set these all to pick up, and well, I guess I'm riding the train back. Let's see if this works. I bet we're going really fast down the hill. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try flying. Because I'm sure I get very hurt or miss the train or something and get very lost. guess it slows down a bit before sharp turns. It sounds like it's... You see, I didn't replenish pipe or beams, and well, I replenished a little bit of pipes, but I had like 500 beams, and that was more than enough to get, you know, from here to my factory, which is like a quarter of the distance of the map, so... Alright, are we gonna pull in the station correctly? Nope. Well... Let's get over here and watch. This should load up fully. Alright, there's the train. See, those are going down. Picking up the cargo wagons. Bringing them over. And dropping them onto the train. Look at that. And they'll raise back up. Let's, well, I don't want to drive the train, I just want to ride along. Go without. Alright. Apparently it won't go with me in the locomotive. And now we're getting some more saving lag. There we go. It sounds a little bit crackly, rumbly, but I'm sure they'll fix that. That's a bit of a sharp turn there. I'll have to see if I can do something about that. I kind of learned halfway through that sometimes it's better to, instead of continuing from the piece that you're, you know, built out to, building a piece further away and dragging that back to get the curve that you want. Because you can't really, dragging from like the current track out, you can't really control the ending angle. But if you go out, you can make the angle you want there and then bring it back to connect to the current piece. So I'll have to fix that corner. I hadn't figured that out by that point. Why are we slowing down here? We got plenty of plenty of distance to go, and it's an uphill. So yeah, if this works out, I may have to go over to like the far east, where I have well, 3 copper and 3 coal mines. replace all those belts with the tracks. Although the belts are working for me, the train definitely is better than truck routes. As you can see, you know, you can get quite a few trucks worth of throughput with just one train, and it's not gonna, you know, hit trees accidentally or other things. Definitely, I had to fix 2 trucks. They had driven off that bridge while setting up the train tracks over in that area. Alright, and if I did this correctly, these will now be unloaded. And look at that. It's basically instantaneous unloading. I mean, it takes 10 seconds, 15 seconds to fully unload the train, where a truck would be much longer than that. Alright, I think we're gonna let the train take this one on its own. Can we actually see the train? Oh yes, we can see the train on the map. So it kind of cuts across here, then comes over here, goes right through here, because that's where those 2 geyser power plants are, and then kind of bridges across over to here, then kind of like through that gap, and around here, and under here, over to right about here. I think it is kind of under that arc. Is where the turnaround in the station is. But you can see how quickly the locomotive goes. Oop, oop. Oh, saving lag again. Yep, right there, through there. It's not as high as this lighter area. It's kind of at the top of this darker area. I wonder how to stop the train. I'll have to figure that out. But we'll need to first... Alright, so it's not quite a full container, but it's quite a lot. First, though, we have to figure out a good way of getting this hooked into... The truck stops are up here. So we'll have to figure out some way to route the belts. Now, not all of this space is used, but quite a bit is. And I did have 2 truck stops, but that's just because these don't hold that much. Why did you actually run out of... I don't want to drive. Yeah, he might have been one of the trucks that kind of drove off the bridge there, and I just kind of drove them back and set on, you know, back to their arrows, set them on their way. I'm wondering if I remove like a hole here, and if I can just like route some of the belts, like one belt up here and connect it into like a merger here. This still does have quite a lot of plastic because we're basically not producing anything here at the moment. But that will change. And then we can do the same thing maybe over here. Two more times. That would get all three of these belts, basically, because each row here is one belt. Whoop. And then we need to bring the rubber all the way over here. Not really sure how to do that, but we'll figure something else out. Alright. Not really sure what to do with this episode. Not sure if I should just film all this or just figure it out and then show you. I think that may be the better option, because figuring this out will take some time. But then I'm not sure what to do with the rest of this episode. Definitely not enough time to start nuclear, because I mean that may take 2 episodes just on its own. And while it would be nice to have a train going to, you know, the copper, I already have belts and they're working just fine. No, this train's back already, so... Can I see if you guys are full or not? For you. Apparently, I cannot. Maybe as you stop... I don't want to get crushed either. Alright, so they are full. So, I mean, that could just be because those plants were backed up. The refineries, I should say. Yeah, I'm hoping this is bringing them over quicker than 480 a minute. Pretty sure it is. I'm wondering what happens, because these... I just had these out. Well, maybe you can't look at the inventory. Alright, so it is full. The animation was a little bugged. I kind of expected it to lift up, put over, and put back. Maybe that sort of is what it did, although I didn't, you know, it didn't actually visibly pick up cars there. Alright, I will be back shortly, let's say. Hopefully with this figured out how to hook in. The other problem is I'm not sure how tall the train is, so like I can put a conveyor pole stackable here. And I'm gonna say it needs to be at least 3 tall, so the train doesn't look like it's this last one. You're the rubber, so you gotta go the furthest. Okay, that works out. You can be on the bottom and go the furthest, and then we can have you guys on top, because at least one of you has to go up there. And I don't recall, or did I? Yeah, the other one, alright, is over there. Ooh, and that has the belts right below it for, I don't know if that was more rubber or what. We got kind of belt spaghetti, but, you know, we can deal with that. Alright. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. It's actually the next day for me, and I've done a bit of work here. I've also, stopped all my trucks. You can see they're all... 4 of them are here. Because we have the train delivering everything now. And I'll show you how that worked out. The hardest one, or at least the longest belt here, is for the rubber, and we had the rubber belts going right up here, so I added a merger and a little conveyor lift, and it kind of comes down here, and then up here in the middle, where there was some room. Next, I brought 2 of the plastics over here to 2 different conveyor lifts, made a little hole in the floor. Ooh. I don't want to fall down. And this is right between these 2 rows of truck stations. And yeah, we just kind of merge it in again. These are still full of plastic at the moment. Are basically full. That's because nothing is being produced here because, well, we've produced it all and backed up our production of motors, heavy industrial frames, and supercomputers. We don't have any of the aluminum set up over here. Probably do that in a few episodes. And then finally, again, did something similar right over here. With a hole in the floor and just a belt up, and yeah, here we go from the line of conveyor belts over to here. If you look closely, we have the belts going up to the 4th rung. Actually, if you put it at the 3rd rung and straight over, the train will get through, but it kind of looks like the top of the train hits the bottom of the belt. So I moved everything up, you know, so there's at least 4 conveyor poles of clearance. And yeah, you can now actually stand on top of the train and fit under there without a problem. So that works out like that. I've also done one other thing over here, which you should be starting to see. I put in a station here that's coming out, and it's connected up, and it's called End of Line. And I actually have the train set to go to it right now. Actually, let's, if I click timetable, and then yep, you see its next stop is End of Line. It's unable to reach the stop, which keeps it in the station over there, which is convenient if you want to stop the train, because I don't think it has, like, if I go over to the train, I don't think there's a way, like, for the trucks you can say disable autopilot, but on the train you can drive it, and there's no, like, disable or something. So when I want it to go again, I can just delete this, and it'll go, oh, okay, I need to go to oil pickup. But until then, it will stay here. Because I've figured out as well what I want to do for the rest of this episode. The way this station loop works, I do have a break, you know, where I connected 2 tracks together, right about under where these belts pass. So theoretically, I can make another junction here and go out a little and put in another station. And I think I'm gonna do that. And let me explain why. Right over there, I have a truck station. And let's see if we can find the truck. No, it is this one. This truck, it refuels there. It comes over here, waits for about a minute, and then we'll drive over here through the cave, which kind of squiggles, and then comes out here, goes like through here, this way, and then kind of up here and over here, stops for another minute, and then makes the return trip. And I was using that, basically, if I died while working over here, I would respawn, wait for the truck, jump on top, and let it carry me over here. It wasn't the most direct route. Going through here took some time, but it worked. But there's a nuclear node in here, and it now gives off radiation. I don't think that's going to be a problem for the truck, but I'm planning, hopefully, in a few episodes to start using that nuclear node to generate power. I want to build up a big nuclear area here, and I'm hoping I can figure out a way to, you know, like build a truck, have it pick up all the waste, and drive into the pit. Basically getting rid of it, because there is no real way to delete it. I'm wondering if the mini-map will just show a truck there forever, but at least the radiation will be not a problem. Basically, the more uranium or nuclear waste you keep in a small area, the larger area around that becomes irradiated. So by every so often, you know, just filling a truck with it and dumping it down the hole, I think that may be a way to deal with it, but I'm not sure. But it seems reasonable. But if I have, you know, if I start mining and like having belts or a truck take the uranium, or maybe even a train, then that's going to be a problem for taking a path through there. So since we already have tracks from here to, well, about here, I thought it wouldn't be too hard to run more tracks all the way down the coast here, and then to our original factory, which, you know, obviously is over here. And that would be an even faster way of getting, you know, even though it's, like, this is a straighter line, this is already half built, and the train is so much faster. So I could have a separate train that has a station here, and then goes over to this second station that I was just talking about. So, I think I'm gonna set that up, and I'll be back in a bit when that's done. So, see you then. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm back once again. And you may notice a difference. And I'm not just talking about this second train station with the train in it. We're out of the experimental update. You can see that there's no longer the red band that was up here. This is now the full update number 2. You also may hear a train coming into the station. If it wasn't saving at the moment. Yep, there we go. Apparently, when you reload the game, this train forgets what station it was waiting for. It was waiting for this station, which it can't get to, and it resets the beginning of its schedule, so it went off and picked up some more stuff and came back. But that's fine. That's not really a problem. But we're ready to test this train out. Made a junction here, and there's Well, if I can get up here, you might be able to see it. There's another junction there, so it's all hooked up onto the same line. And so it goes down, kind of goes around the station by the oil, and then continues on all the way to our main base. This is the truck that we used to use, and it's about to pull in to the caves here, and I bet we're gonna beat that truck back if we get on this train here. I don't think I can drive the train myself. So if I say go to main factory, yeah, I don't think it's not going to leave. Oh, do I have to just close the window? Yeah, you're not leaving. I think I have to get out of the train, and I basically can't be like in the driver here. I'm gonna try standing on top if I can get on there before it leaves. And I have. We can't see how fast it's going, but we should be able to get back to the main factory quite quickly. I did fix the corner around here. It should be more gentle now, as you can see. It was pretty sharp before. There's the oil station up ahead. And we should take the siding around it, I hope. Yes, we did. Actually, we have to because this only turns off in one direction here. That's a bit sharp, but... bit of a rise here because I felt going on this little pillar was neat. And now we're leaving the beach to go through this kind of jungle area. There's a few trees that like partially cover the tracks, but for the most part I try to avoid them as much as possible. Here's like the worst point. Managed to go between the trees here. No, mostly. The train goes between them. And here's about where we're picking up Caterium for our main factory. And there is our main factory. And apparently we're saving. I managed to fit the station in with only slight modifications. We used to have 8 coal generators. I had to remove one of them because the smokestack was going through where the station wanted to be. But otherwise, it fit in. Yeah, there was 4 in a row here. I removed one. Otherwise, it fits in nicely. I left empty enough empty station platforms so that the oil train can park here too, but obviously this is not yet on the oil train's schedule. I'm wondering how long this will wait here, seeing that there's no actual cargo and it's just a locomotive. Apparently not long at all. And I guess let's see what the ride back is like. A little bit of an uphill here. To the beach. And this is fairly level here. And again, there's a bit of a sharp curve here, but yeah, this is just back to the factory. I should have checked. I think that's the truck that came from here, still making its way back. No, that's not the truck. Alright, it is the one here waiting. But yeah, we basically beat it because, hey, we're back at the second factory. No! Apparently I can get in it once it's going. I am gonna put the end of line. Well, I don't want that to be the next stop. How do I switch one to the next? Basically, I wanted to wait back at our main factory so that if I do happen to die, I can, and I'm out at this factory, I can just hop on the train, switch the order around so it does come out here, but that it waits me, back at the main factory, so that it's convenient for getting back out here. So yeah, this is been a look at the trains. I'm really liking them. Kind of need signals though, like that's why I've stopped the other train. I think actually this train is just coasting now that I got in it. Yeah, it seems like that because now I'm holding forward and we're speeding up. So. Except now we're saving again. Yeah, so I do think we need some sort of signals to keep the trains from crashing, although as far as I understand it, trains don't crash, they'll just pass right through each other at the moment. But I'm assuming eventually they'll have trains crashing, but when they do, they'll have signals that you need to place to prevent that from happening. Which way is this gonna go? Oh yeah. And yep, trains don't crash. They just pass right through each other. It's a little weird, but hey, it's early access. So let's flip the switch here. And in fact, we can oh, I wanted to name this train. PAX, if you're not familiar with that naming scheme from Factorio, basically is personal access or public access. Access doesn't have an X, but it's very similar sound. How do we change what is next? Okay, that's kind of what I want. And if I get out now and then get back on top, should go back to the main factory and then stop there. But while the train will stop there, the video I think is going to stop here. So I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, which actually may be about a week from now, because like I said, I have a family reunion coming up this weekend, so I won't be able to play. But I'll try to get you a video as soon as I can, and yeah, see you then.